What the fuck is going on with this traffic? Hello, it's green peoples. Oh my, what the fuck is going on? Let's start that again. What's up, guys? Oh my fucking god, I think this is like my 7th take of this intro, but hello. My name is Marley and welcome. I've been meaning to do this vlog for like the past year, but as great of an excuse it could be, I do not have the time and all that bullshit to find myself in a space to do it. I think mostly because my confidence was so shit. It takes up a lot of courage to actually bring yourself forward to do these kind of things, but yeah, here we are now, finally doing it, finally giving you guys the front seats to my gym progress, fitness progress, whatever you want to call it, fitness journey. I wanted to take this pilot episode into, you know, where I've started from day one into this fitness industry. So yeah, this is me. Welcome, guys. All right. Let's take a dive into the old archives of where I've come from. So back in the day, I was doing amateur powerlifting, mostly self-taught. I'll leave my old videos to play in the background. These were like my first lifts that I was doing, you know, back in the day. They're actually so cringe. I looked at them before and I was just cringing so hard at how bad the form was. But the great thing about these videos is it really shows how community related everybody was. Obviously, I did not start powerlifting off the bat. I think what a lot of people actually forget is that, you know, we all start from somewhere. Like, when I ask people to train with me, they're like, nah, you're scary as fuck, you're big and shit. But babes, honestly, we all started from day zero. Like, actually, you know what? Let me bring up some of these photos that I actually took pre, you know, powerlifting days. Okay, so these were my first progress photos, if you want to call them. And you can see I'm just your typical LG looking lanky ass cardio bunny that knew nothing about gym or fitness. It's quite embarrassing actually, but you know, we're here now, so a lot has happened throughout that journey. Obviously, when I transitioned into meeting this new community of powerlifting supporters, and then them just teaching me bit by bit how to squat, deadlift, and bench. So I started off my powerlifting journey on the 531 program, and it was great at building the power in my lifts, and I was hitting numbers slowly, but by the end I was doing PRs, as you probably see right now. But I spent a good deal of time sorting out my numbers and foundation in 2017. So here you can see me and my mates trying to cheer me on. Why the fuck am I screaming? So those two lifts were great, but I couldn't pull 112. Yeah, that extra 2 kilos I remember putting on, it was like, fuck, it felt like I put on 10 kilos. Whether it be fatigue, I don't know what it was, but I couldn't pull that motherfucking shit on. So yeah, straight after this I went back to the drawing boards to try to critique my form, improve my form, even though it was just, you know, 1% better. I was also listening to a lot of people talking to my lifts, which is good and bad. It was bad because you know, everybody has different cues, different tips that work for them, which obviously does not work for you, which can pretty much throw off your whole lift. But you know, some of those cues were very, very good. One of the, you know, the very heavy lifters, like Trent at the time, I very much looked up to him. He was like a fucking god. He was doing welds and shit, getting golds left, right, and center. Like he gave me good cues. But obviously, you know, being around other lifters, we want to help each other, but not necessarily those advices are good for you. Especially when I'm a girl, my body moves differently, movements are different as well. You know, and I don't have that mobility that a lot of people do have as well. Towards the start of 2018, I actually met someone. His name was Jeremy. That helped me a lot with my powerlifting. He was my coach at the time, and he was a god at deadlifting. And he was the one who actually transformed my bench. He taught me how to bench so well. Nobody could teach a girl how to bench the way he did it. It was just his cues were right, his tips were right, his advice was good, his programming was good, and he was the one who actually was able to teach me bench very well and increase my numbers in everywhere else as well. But I think throughout 2018 was when I started to get very busy with my job. I was earning money, I was traveling at the same time, I was also studying full time. So you know, it was very hard to juggle all aspects of my life at that time. And so I did try my best throughout 2018. He gave me a spreadsheet and a program to stick by, and I tried my best to stick to it. But obviously, life catches up to you, and I wasn't living up my end of the bargain, and it wasn't fair on him either to be dedicating that time to me. But during that full year, I was drastically improving in my form, as you can see here with bench. Ultimately, though, I do think that because I didn't have an end goal that I set with Jeremy, like I wasn't wanting to compete. Instead, I was wanting to smash my goals inside the gym. I think that's not enough of a why to actually stay committed to, you know, your numbers and your workouts as well. Not that I wasn't going to the gym, it was just that I was just so tired. I wasn't looking after my body outside the gym. I wasn't getting enough sleep, I wasn't eating enough, I was constantly working, and I needed to, you know, cut my times short within the gym to study at the same time, because obviously powerlifting takes up so much time inside the gym to set up, warm up properly, you know, do your lifts, take your time and shit like that. So I did not have the luxury to, I guess, lift as I do now with bodybuilding. But I think if I actually considered or just YOLO to do meet of some sort at that time, maybe then I would have actually committed to a program more consistently and put more passion into it. But I think at the time I was just doing it as a hobby. Like I loved powerlifting, and Jeremy came along to teach me all of that. Like, look at that, oh my god. That's me wanting to be Jeremy. But yeah, honestly, so grateful for Jeremy. He, you know, really pushed me with my powerlifting, and he really put me on track into learning, you know, the proper techniques of powerlifting. And I really hope that maybe one day I can actually, you know, pay it forwards with everything that I've learned with powerlifting. But I feel like bodybuilding is my dream now, and powerlifting was an odd interest. But I think this was my semi-final PRs. My last PR that I actually did with Jeremy. I was so nervous, I remember this. I had a duty to perform for myself and hit my goals, but I also had a duty to make Jeremy proud, because I had disappointed him so many times, probably. God, the scream. And I'm almost gonna trip. Oh, this one's funny. He's like, what the fuck is going on? Oh, gee. I was the most clumsiest lifter that you could ever come by. I think that's one of the reasons why I didn't compete.
Come on, Molly. Strong.
I love the hype, honestly.
Strong. Up. Yep. Ease.
Of course I would almost fall again.
What a fucking gangster. So quick, yeah.
Yeah, and then after this I really got into, I don't know, loving my body more. I was just very much more into my accessories. I would get excited to do my accessories and I would see some of the gains come through, which was very, very nice to see. Before I phased out powerlifting, I think I was able to hit my numbers at 105 squat, to which I did not max out since 2019. Then furthermore, towards 2019, end of 2019, I think I hit 52 bench. It was in the middle of 2019, not sure, but definitely a 52 bench and a 130 deadlift that you will see very soon. Yeah, the 130. I think at the time I was really wanting to go for the big hit at 160 or 150 to the least, but I didn't have the capacity, I didn't have the prep and the time to slowly build up all of that juice, you know what I mean? And, you know, towards the end of 2019, actually at the end of 2019, I lost my father, so a lot of the training did help me with my therapy, but at the same time, it was just more like I wanted to get into the gym, do what I needed to do, and get back to my family ASAP. So powerlifting was, you know, pretty much out of the picture. I was just lifting for fun. I was just lifting to release all of the negative bullshit I had in my head. But, you know, powerlifting was good while it lasted, and it taught me a lot of lessons inside the gym. Taught me a lot of, you know, coping mechanisms and a lot of mindsets that I was able to take out of the gym and actually practice that in my daily life. Like anything that you put your mindset to, you know, micro goals, if you had a plan that allowed you to build up to that end goal, you will always reach there no matter what, right? So, you know, with any powerlifting program, there is a spreadsheet that you go in, you smash that goal for that day, that lift, you hit that number, you move on to next. And if you go through the strategy in the spreadsheet even more, you have deload weeks. So, you know, as you are chipping at your daily goals every single day, it's important to also relax 1 week out of the month or 1 day out of the month. But I guess if you want to reflect that into our real lives, it's more like we need to stop and reflect. And with that stop and reflection, it resets us for the next, you know, the next pathway or the next month to achieve what we need to achieve. So I think there are a lot of aspects in the gym that I've learned that I was able to apply in my daily life. I think another point that I really wanted to express in this vlog as well that I learned from gym is my relentless grind. I actually, this is so cocky, but I learned how to do things relentlessly or take life more relentlessly in my goals, you know, from gym. Like, initially, gym was the only good thing that I can do. Like, I was terrible at other things. You know, I needed to work a lot harder than a lot of other people in my schooling, and I needed to, you know, I wasn't great at my job, but I needed to work hard to learn about how to perfect my job, and it was hard, and the gym was the only thing that I could actually be good at. So I, you know, put it in full force, and I was relentlessly grinding throughout every of my sessions. You know, some sessions obviously we wouldn't have 100%, but we do try our best. And I think because I was always, you know, throwing myself in the gym, I was able to reflect that upon my daily living and actually try to put my 100% in everything else. So let's talk current day. Honestly, I'm just very grateful for all of the knowledge that I've learned throughout the years that I've trained, the people that I've met, the coaches that I've met, the people who have given me tips that also didn't work but also worked at the same time. The maturity that I have now, I am in my best state to probably move forward into bodybuilding. This next chapter in my life is going to be extremely exciting, especially when I tell you guys what I've got in store or what I've got plans for as well. And recently getting a coach, Peter Salter, who will be helping me throughout my whole journey. He's already helped me through, the past 3 months at smashing out my diet, nutrition, and my conditioning, my training as well, taking it up like 110%. Like before I was probably working at 50, but he took it up to a top notch.
Hey guys.
So I'm honestly just glad to be spending time more in the gym with my friends, my coaches, and getting the work done and really enjoying the process. So yeah, hoping to get out more videos about you guys. This one's a little bit boring, just sharing a lot of my context, but I hope to enjoy the process of interacting with more people, learning from more people, and training with more people. So yeah, fun shit coming, bros.